to explore, the three that I came up with were mindfulness, meditation, and relaxation. But the ones that work practically for me are meditation, affirmations or gratitude, and exercise. Again, like I said, I'll refer to this and all of this to you. Meditating for as little as 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Gratitude, just saying, taking a minute to say thank you. As stressed as I am, no matter what, the world is going on, but we're here. And there's some folks, unfortunately, that are not. Your blood pressure can fluctuate anywhere between 5 to 10 to 40 to 50 points just based on the way that you feel. Now, what's interesting is there's a protective component to that. The reason your body has the fight or flight response is to save your life. I either got to fight, or we got to get the hell out of here. And your blood pressure needs to be elevated to do it. But most importantly, you need to be able to control your response. Now that's the sympathetic nervous system. To stimulate your vagus to slow your heart rate, it's right here by your carotid artery. It's called a massage. Feel it. Close your eyes. Be present. Think about your heart rate. And think about, pay attention to as you massage your vagus, you can actually slow it down. Slow down your heart rate. Now open your eyes. I promise you will get the slides, but actually taking a moment to be less emotionally responsive. Taking that moment. We have a colleague in Turks and Caicos, and I saw it brilliantly done. As we were going down, we were doing the men's health, and there are things that happen in families, and sometimes you're a guest. Mom and dad go in the back room, and when they go in the backyard, you hear noises or whatever. But as he was handling stressful situations, I literally saw him get up, go outside, close his eyes, and take 3 deep breaths. You breathe in really slow. You take to 6, a count of 6 to breathe in, a count of 3 to breathe out, to let go of that emotion. It took less than 2 minutes. Think about this. Can you give yourself 2 minutes to control your mind, to control your blood pressure, to control your fate? Can you take 2 seconds just to stop and be like, thank you. I have clothes, I have house, I have family, I have friends. And then the last part is the exercise. Dr. Alexander pushes us, especially with these two right here, cheating on the step challenges. I think one of these dudes is using their dog. I know
I don't have a dog.
It was talked about earlier though. They used a term, and health literacy. I was going nuts. We're in the med school. They're using all these terms. They're talking about health literacy. I'm like, the term you're using is still a term that needs to be understood. When we were kids, I always say, my grandmother would make me mad. How many of us are probably good in sports because we get pissed off at home and we would go play and we would take it out on, if it's you, it's got to be you. But they say they would recreate. You remember you get upset with your parents, whatever, you call your boy, hey, cuz, you tripping. All right, well, let's go. We go walk or get on out. When you got a bike, that freedom, the freedom you have with just moving, we're forgetting how to play. And if what they see is what they'll be, then we need to model play. Not just with the kids, but with our friends. Darrell and I were together during a hurricane. I had a locked in a house with no electricity, 4 dogs, for over a week, well over a week. But we made the best of it. It was some of the best times of our lives because we walked and we talked. And the things that might be wrong, by the time we finish talking, you know what, they're not so bad. So I'm abbreviating all of this because, again, we've been sitting down talking about heavy stuff. We think about people. I mentioned earlier, I didn't expect to be triggered. I have 4, 5, 6 people who committed suicide as adults, and I still haven't seen it coming. A doctor, I'm trained to be able to catch the signs and do all that. And then I hear Miss Sherrod say that, there are no signs. So don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up because you really can't see it. And we are, and that was part of the conversations that we were having earlier, we are doers in this room. We can be lectured to, but we want to talk, because this is what I'm doing. And what's best practices? Brother, I forgot your name. Cliff. They're actively doing mindful activities with the students. But like on the airplane, we have to put our mask on first. Right? Am I right? Mm-hmm. Yes. So with that, I just want us to really take, Mark and I, we were putting together this trip to Paris. I talked to my sister in Paris. She was like, oh my God, you sound so relaxed. I was taking time to meditate every time that I got a chance. Putting on music. How many people like music? How many people take the time every day to listen to music that they like? How many people forget that they like music? Like me. Walking is meditation. Art can be mindfulness. Drawing, painting, ribbing your boys. Letting your boy come to your house and beat you in dominoes, even though you can whoop him. Richard. Those things, remembering what makes you you and then nurturing it every day, but most importantly, being grateful and being thankful and remembering to prioritize yourself first. On TV this morning, I said self-care is not self-indulgence. It's not selfish, even though it feels like it is. Learning to set boundaries of your yeses and nos. Can you do this? And I'm so sorry, I can't. Griggs, you need some help? Yes. How hard is that to say? We say it's easy, but it's really hard sometimes. No, I got it. But I really don't. Wondering why I'm sleeping. How many people here sleep 7 to 9 hours a night? Lucky. 6 hours. 5 hours. 4? 3.5. A minimum of 4 hours. Can you justify any good reason that you can't go to bed? Is there anything emergently happening in those next 2 to 3 hours that won't wait until the morning when you get yourself together? Can you not take 2 minutes and 2 seconds and then take 10 minutes? So what am I saying? 12 minutes to wake up in the morning, take 3 deep breaths, thank you, and then go for a little walk to start your day on your own terms. Has anyone else ever woke up late on a Monday morning and you feel like you're falling downhill for the rest of the week and you can't catch up? Yes. So, again, we have all the stuff. The whole concept of mindfulness, the concept of meditation has been around for 1,700, 2,500 years. And we have all the data that shows that it works. Why? Because it calms down the body. When we take deep breaths, you know what we tell our body? Is that we're okay. We slow our heart rate. I don't know how often it is that you do it, but I started watching my wife with her friends. They go and get brunch. They go check in. They go just do nothing. We're going to go window shop. I don't know. Does anybody go to brunch with their boys? Does anybody go do anything? Hey man, look, let's go see a comedian. Let's sit in the backyard and just talk about old times. Mindfulness is more than just the act of prayer. It's more than yoga. It's more than Tai Chi. Mindfulness is paying attention to your own mind. Sometimes mindfulness is, when was the last time you took a real good book and sat down in a corner, fiction or non-fiction, whatever you do, and just sat and got into the book? Because now, my dad sends me books, and he'll start reading it. Eric, have you started yet? Because I'm on page, because he knows it's going to slow me down, because I can't do anything else. Reading a book, listening to music. How about just walking around in the woods and whistling? You know what you're doing when you're doing that? You minding your own business. Your business. So again, I'll send over the slides. We can go over the slides. It's the end of the day. The mindfulness will be the fellowship that we've done all day. This is a bonding experience because we've talked about some heavy, heavy stuff. We've had some conversations outside, and that's when the gold happens on TV. I've been doing it for 11 years. During the break is when the gold happened. The gold happens with us always when the meetings are done. As we spend time, as we network, as we think, but most importantly, the bond that the 100 that this Health and Wellness Committee has done for me is measurable because it started the path for me to start to mind my business, and hopefully, I gotta say, I know, you gotta take a pill sometimes, you gotta take a pill, but hopefully y'all can help me get off this blood pressure medication.
Yes, sir.
3 deep breaths, that's 2 minutes. I'm gonna do it before we leave. 2 seconds, thank you. 10-minute walk, starting on your own, or even taking a shower in the morning, getting up 10 minutes earlier. So when was the last time you just took a shower and just, and enjoyed it? And relaxed and calmed your nerves. So mindfulness, make sure to take care of your own mind. Today's been amazing. Dr. Alexander, thank you for coming on. I promise you we have all the data and all the stuff that we need. We've had some great questions. I have a feeling we all will have our own mental health certification at some point because we see the need and feel the need in the community. They have a program that they're doing with the kids to encourage mindfulness. The only thing that I will recommend, if you go to your Play Store or the App Store, there's an app called Smiling Minds. Smiling Minds. It was created in Australia, the same place that created the mental health first aid. They have a curriculum. It's free. They have a curriculum for kids. They have a curriculum for adults. They have beginning videos. It's 10-minute sessions where it can walk you through the guided meditation through the concept of mindfulness. There are videos that I can share with you on YouTube that has rain noises. There's guided meditations. There's the entire, Brother DeSantis, I'm sure you know of a bunch of different resources that are free on YouTube that can help. So be mindful, mind your business, and if you have any questions, I don't mind. That's good, right? No?
All right. So I have more of a testimonial to what you just shared with us. So over the last 3 weeks, I decided to make discipline my #1 priority. Not motivation, but discipline. So I've gotten up every morning and I start my day with prayer and demonstrating gratitude, thanking God for seeing another day. So I begin my day with prayer, and then from there I go into Qigong meditation for 20 minutes. It helps me with not only framing my day, but then also any thoughts that may not be relevant to my productivity for the day. It's training me on how to remain focused or how to get focused. And then after that, I do stretching because, that falls into exercise because I want my body to be able to move throughout the day so I can take action daily. And since I've been doing that, along with exercising in the afternoon, I've lost 2% body fat over the last 3 weeks. And my energy levels simply by, once again, sleep, going to bed between 9:30 and 10 o'clock and getting up at 5 o'clock. That 30-minute difference for me makes a world of difference. So I'm still getting the same hours, but I've actually moved it to be a bit more productive. So by 3 o'clock every day, I'm done. I'm like, I've done everything I need to do, and I can mindfully spend time with my 4-year-old daughter and have the energy to play.
Nice. Now, we'll end with this slide. This is something I found specifically for African Americans. Stress has been identified as a significant predictor of poor health. We know that compared to European Americans, African Americans are overwhelmingly burdened with stress-related outcomes. We're 30% more likely to die from heart disease. 50 to 100% more likely to have diabetes. Cortisol raises blood sugar. Epinephrine raises blood pressure. You stay like that, your body's like, man, I guess we want to be like that. Does that make sense? So work to de-stress. It's a great example. Thank y'all.
Thank you. All right, so we have a reservation at patio 17 at 6 o'clock. Just raise your hand if you're not going. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, so how many people who are going have transportation?
I'll Uber down there from the Hyatt.
Are you going?